Welcome to Mina ESC Cybersecurity Conference 2021. My name is Ameer and I'm part of Turn Micro System Engineering team here in Riyadh. Today I'll be taking you through the cyber attack trends and strategies of 2021, what we had seen, and the message what we wanted to convey to our customer. This is a glance of the world's biggest data breach and hack which we had experienced over years. If you look at carefully, none of the big companies are exempted from this. Whenever we look at a data breach, there are two factors which we have to really look into. Number one is at the size of the breach and the criticality of the data leak. The third one is the monetary damage which it's created because of this data breach. This is a report from FBI, that is 2019 Internet Crime Report, where they track the monetary damage caused by a data breach from 2001 to 2019. There is a gradual increase over years, but if you look at from 2017 to 2019, there is an exponential raise, and there's a 30% increase from 2018 to 2019. And the techniques what they use is the phishing, spoofing, and identity theft, and so on. These techniques are not new, but this is the way that the attackers actually attack an organization and do the data breach and the monetary damage they create. The Economic Intelligence Unit has done a survey in 2020 December against across 500 organizations, basically on understanding a corporate perception of nation cyber threat, or in case if there is a nation sponsored cyber threat against an organization, uh, how they are concerned. The questions are very clear. The number one question was, will I be attacked? Or how concerned is your organization about falling victim to a nation state cyber attack? And 47% of the executives have confirmed that they are very concerned, and 33% are like somewhat concerned, and only 2% of the people said that they are not at all concerned, maybe because of the criticality of their organization, or they may be a non-critical organization for their country. The number two question was, how will we prepare, or what step has your organizations taken to prepare for a potential nation state cyber attack? And 44% of the executives responded saying that they will increase the investment on the cybersecurity technical measures. That means they will invest in the product. The number two is about giving security awareness for the employees, or giving training on cybersecurity awareness, and followed by a lot of things, and followed by a lot of other response. The number three is about where will we be attacked, in which infrastructure, on which application side they will be attacked. And of no surprise, we are on the cloud world now. Every organization is moving to cloud environment, and 60% of the organizations replied back saying that they are really concerned about that cloud environment. And number two is about the user devices. I mean, it can be user computers, laptops, or mobiles, or so on. The next question was all about how will be attacked. And again, there is no surprise. Still, malware continue to be the number one concern of attack, followed by phishing, ransomware, and DDoS, and so on. So this is one of the survey which has conducted across 500 organizations. These respondents are executive level or above, and they are very clear about their IT infrastructure and about their business. The attack trends, what we had experienced or what we had seen over years, basically on three things. Attackers always prey upon mainly three things. Number one is the human error. Number two is IT security complacency. And number three is about the technical deficiencies. So attackers leverage any of these three deficiencies, any of these three ways to enter into an organization. They have their own techniques and tactics to enter into the organizations. Once they are inside the organizations, they establish a continuous access, or they establish a connection to their command and control center, and they escalate or obtain an admin privilege from a critical user. So they may go down and compromise a critical user's credentials, and then they elevate their privileges. Once they elevate their privileges, they slowly move across the organization through a lateral movement. They use multiple techniques to move from one machine to another. They look for open ports, and then they build their treasure map. The critical assets in the organization, they collect everything, and then they build their treasure map. Once the treasure map is built, then they move to exfiltration state. Exfiltration is otherwise called, it is a payload of the threat. It can be an exfiltration of the data, or if it is ransomware, they encrypt the data, or so on. So the stage is something like, they enter into the organization, they move across the organization, they elevate the admin privileges, they compromise some users privileges, and they elevate themselves to a next uh, elevator privilege, and then they identify the treasure map, and the payload of the data will happen. Some of the commonalities we have seen in all these attacks is still weak credentials, your passwords. Even we had seen the super administrators have very weak credentials. Attackers, for them, it is a very easy way to enter into your organization. Then again, the legacy application and unpatched operating system and applications. One important thing is about the advanced detection technologies are not enabled. The product companies like us always release new features or new protection methodologies to protect against the sophisticated attack. Even after multiple reminders, we had seen the customers are not enabling that features. Misconfiguration and unsecured devices follows, and ransomware is the last revenue option. Ransomwares always, or they leverage this weakness. The ransom trends are going upward. In fourth quarter of 2019, the average ransom was around 800K. Today, or first quarter of 2020, it is 1.3 million. There is a 62% range in the ransom in the ransom trends. So this may continue to grow based on the criticality of the data, based on the criticality of the organization. So the attackers are becoming more, targeted. They are not actually, doing an universal kind of attack. They target, or they have highly sophisticated attack. They go and identify the critical data, and then they encrypt, and then they try to negotiate on the ransom. As we know, ransom trends are upward, and it is not leaving any organization, or it is not leaving any industry. Let it be healthcare or banking or retail, we have seen ransomware exclusively made for that. The criticality of the system is based on three things. It's based on the safety system, or a business system, or a mission system. So whenever an attacker enter into an organization, they try to get hold of the most critical data or organization, or critical data or servers in your environment, and the ransom will go up based on the criticality of the data. So the vulnerabilities are used often. So if there is a machine without patch, or if there is a machine with a critical vulnerability, it is very easy for an attacker to attack that machine, because there is an open port, or there is an open vulnerability available, and they can easily exploit that. As we know, 90% of the cyber attacks are caused by human error or human mistake, or based on the user behavior or admin behavior. Information technology is built upon three pillars: people, process, and technology. In this, people is the most weakest link because of the social engineering growth. And surprisingly, we identified that 48 billion threads as blocked annually, and this report is coming from our intelligence service, that is Trend Micro Smart Production Network. The other bigger concern about people is we cannot patch humans. Human trust each other. So the attackers usually they leverage that trust factor, and they will make sure that attacking the people is the most easiest way of getting inside an organization. So people are the most weakest link in the cyber defense chain. Why attackers target people? Targeting a people or attacking a human is much easier than a technical attack, because of the trust factor, because human trust each other. Number two is they're difficult to detect, often not reported. There are times we had seen the employees or the user will not realize, or they will understand the fact that they are compromised till the time the cybersecurity team reach out to them saying that their credentials are compromised, or their data is actually compromised. There's a data breach has happened. So human most of the time they will not understand that their data is compromised, or their credentials are compromised. Number three is people give away too much of information, especially in the social networking websites, where we have a tendency to disclose our personal information. This personal information can turn out to be a weapon for an attacker to launch an attack against you. Number four is very low risk and high rewards. So reaching out to a person has a very low risk, but sometimes the rewards will be really high. The main attack vectors are phishing, wishing, smishing, and impersonation. These are the techniques which we had seen the attackers are using. But the tactics behind that is always social engineering. So they do a social engineering attack against you, do an intelligence gathering, understand your character, understand your behavior, and then they decide what kind of techniques has been used. Whether it is a phishing through an email, or wishing through a phone-based attack, or smishing through a text-based, or at times it can be an impersonation. It can be an impersonation deception. As we know, human is the most weakest link, but it is interesting to understand the security personas. There are multiple security personas for every individual. There are some characters. So the number one security persona is fearful. They are anxious. They are highly accountable. They are worried. But only one challenge is like, they are not well versed with their cybersecurity risk, or they are not well versed with the cybersecurity awareness. So the result of that is like, they are very, very fearful. They are highly accountable, but at times they may be attacked, and they really don't know how to respond to that, or how not to fall into that kind of a trap. The second type of people is like conscientious guys. These guys are, very well versed with the cybersecurity risk. They are highly accountable. They take proactive steps. They are maybe one of the nice people for the cybersecurity team. They know what exactly they are doing, and they know what all the traps which is in the information technology space. Number three is about ignorant people. They don't know. They have a lack of cybersecurity awareness, zero accountability. They're a bit careless. They take risk, and they don't understand the significance of their action. They don't understand what will happen if they lose their passwords, or if they lose their data, or why they have to keep a strong password. They don't know. There is a lack of cybersecurity awareness. These people are quite easy to fall into any kind of a cyber related incident. The the fourth type of people is daredevil. These guys are really, really careless. No regard, no accountability. Even if something goes wrong, they are least bothered. The biggest concern with them, or the biggest problem with them, is they think that protecting the organization assets, protecting the organization's digital assets is the responsibility of the cybersecurity team. There is nothing alive with us, or the nothing live with the user. So if something has to be protected, there is a cybersecurity team, and the cybersecurity team has to do that, and they will do the job. So these people are the most dangerous people. Understanding the security personas will move us to give a training to the employees, and make sure that they are aware about the cybersecurity threats and what they have to do in that space. The issue with today's security awareness is like one fit to all. We have the same training for all the level of employees, but that is not the way it has to be. So this creates a lot of disparity in the team. Some people will understand, some people will not understand anything, because there are multiple security personas, and today we don't have any customized training for different set of people. So we have to change the strategy. We need to identify what training has to be given to what level of people. So divide the people into different personas, different security level of understanding, and then give a customized training to them uh, based on that. If you look at an organization, for example, if it is a non-IT organization, 90% of the people are not IT aware. If it is an IT company, then maybe 90% of the people are IT aware. This is a difference. So in case of a manufacturing unit, or in case of a banking, then we need to have a completely different level of security training for the people, because there are multiple departments. Their security understanding is at different level. So we need to customize the training, and we need to make sure that we are training the people as per their knowledge what they have today, and we have to elevate them to the next level. As a Trend Micro is a platform security company, we have technologies at every egress levels, the prevention and the detection technologies. All the egress points, let it be endpoint, email, servers, IoT, or network, or cloud, wherever it be, we have prevention technologies, we have detection technologies. These technologies will prevent the attacks, or it will detect the telemetry data, or it detects the events, and these events will be contributed to our newly built Vision One data lake. Vision One data lake is a correlation and analytical platform. All the telemetry data and all the events on all the incidents, and every bits and pieces of information coming from all our production technologies will be stored in the data lake. And in the data lake, we do a computing, and then we come up with a very meaningful understanding of the cyber attack based on the tactile chain, end to end. That means from the intelligence gathering to the exfiltration. Let it be an attacker getting inside the organization. It can be through a phishing attack, or it can be through a malware, through a USB stick, or it can be through a cloud-based attack. So from the starting, from the way the attacker get inside the organization, and the lateral movement, the elevation of administration privileges, identifying the treasure map, and the exfiltration of the payload of the data. The complete information of a cyber attack will be given in a comprehensive, in a holistic way, within very minimum time. So this is the biggest advantage of choosing Trend Micro. So Trend Micro has technologies across all the technologies works together, correlate the data. For example, if there is an email which is coming up with an attachment, if a user click on that attachment, and then this file has connected to a CNC server, and there is a command which is coming from the CNC server to back to the machine, and it is doing a lateral movement. Everything can be easily viewed in a single dashboard from a flow perspective. So starting from intelligence gathering to incursion to infection to infestation and exfiltration or a payload of the data. So this is easily possible within seconds or within minutes. So Vision One, what exactly to solve for you is give you a complete view of a cyber attack from a disintegrated technologies. So we have multiple technologies in different egress points. All this all these technologies actually works together. We will be able to take a response on the incidents. We will be able to get a view of the incidents from a pure holistic way. Sun Micro is a 30-year-old cybersecurity company, which is a pure play cybersecurity company, focuses on three areas. Number one, hybrid cloud security. Number two, user protection and network defense. In hybrid cloud security, we have set of products. These products will help you to protect your digital assets, which is on public cloud or on a private cloud. Number two is about user protection. Regardless of where the user is, what kind of device they use, we will help you to protect their devices from getting infected, and we will also protect their information from not going out the wrong hands. Number three, about the network defense. We help the organizations not to get infected through any kind of a network related attacks. All these set of pillars have multiple products, and these products speaks each other. These products exchange the information each other through our Vision One platform, or it is called as XDR. So all the product will actually contribute their events, incidents, and then telemetry data into the Vision One platform. In the Vision One platform, we will do a correlation, we'll do an analysis, we'll do an analytics, and then we'll come up with a holistic, comprehensive view of your security attack. So one single dashboard which will help you to see what's happening in an organization, where you will be able to take where you will be able to control, where you will be able to respond to the incidents, and it's all in one dashboard. So this is what actually Trend Micro will help you. The Trend Micro will help you to build a concept called connected threat defense, where all the technologies, all the products, all the features which is working in different egress points from Trend Micro, they all come together. They all share the information each other. They from a single dashboard, you will be able to take an action against any kind of a security attack what you see. I hope you enjoyed this session, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. We are available in the booth. Thank you.